Hey there, everybody. I'm Kristine Mirelle, and I'm going to show you the 6 things that every funnel should have to make your offer irresistible. So we can get people to land on your page and go, oh my God, I want to buy everything that they're selling. All right, so first we are going to, we're going to come up with the 6 elements, right? So let me write 6 elements that every funnel should have. And I'm going to give you examples too. So it's going to be great. So we're going to walk through it really quick, and then I'm going to kind of show you how I've done it. Now, we need a good hook or a good headline. That being said, like we're either appeasing someone's pain point. Like if you just remember, like in marketing, the biggest thing, your audience wants to go away from pain and they want to go towards pleasure. Okay. So away from pain and towards pleasure. Okay. So if someone has a headache, oh my gosh, I'm selling Tylenol. It's that easy, right? Someone's thirsty. Hey, are you thirsty? Are you tired of walking in the Las Vegas sun and you just want an ice cold, bottle of water? Buy Dasani. Someone will spend $5. They'll spend a fortune on it if they're thirsty enough, right? So basically, we want a good hook and we want a good headline. A lot of that I like to tie to like a time frame. So for example, like right now, I have a funny ads writer tool. You can actually check it out. I'll show it to you guys here in a minute at funnyadswriter.com, where I show everyone, hey, I have a tool that can write your ads within 60 seconds. So I like things like that are tied to like a time frame, and then saying like, hey, we're going to write your funny ads in 60 seconds, even if your business is boring, even if you're boring, and even if you have no idea what to say. So I always talk about something called even if statements, where, hey, you can lose weight even if you don't want to give up chocolate cake, even if you hate exercising, even if you've tried everything. Hey, you can buy your first home even if you don't have a down payment, even if you have bad credit, and even if you've never been in real estate in your life. So those are types of even if statements, but really focusing on what's the pain point that they're in and how do we take them towards the pleasure that they want, which is buying the house, getting rid of the headache, fixing the marriage, whatever it is that they're doing. Okay, so we want a hook or a headline. Okay, next, I like to qualify myself, okay, especially if you're a coach or an influencer here. Qualifying yourself, like for me, I have another funnel where I sell, it's called lowticketmillions.com, where I show everybody how I've launched, $1 million funnels online and the products that I sold, how I sold them, all those types of things. And so basically what I do is I tell my story of how I figured out these things. I say, look, I was living on a farm. I had no Wi-Fi. I had no car. I had no cell phone service. So I couldn't go live. I couldn't do webinars. I couldn't do challenges. So I had to create these funnels that would sell for me. And there's 2 different things. I always tell that story because there were 2 elements, right? I created funny videos, so I'd like funny ads, and then I had my low ticket funnels, where I was selling these books that were selling for me and automatically delivering for me. And I talk about like the offers that I created and how I was making $1,000 days, $2,000 days, even more. And I talk about how I did it over and over again. I did it in e-commerce. I did it in info products. I tell my story. Let's say you're a coach. Let's say that you, and don't go too long on it, but you just want people to understand why you believe in it. Like, why are you selling this thing, right? Let's say you're a coach, you help people in their marriages. I have a friend who, helps people that are, maybe on the brink of divorce. And she shows people how, she was the only one who was really fighting for her marriage and her husband at the time wasn't. But she talks about how, hey, you only need one person that's fighting for it. And that's her whole model. Her whole model is teaching women or men how to save their marriage, even if you're the only one that wants to save their marriage, which is cool, right? And she tells the story about how they were about to get a divorce and she went through this whole thing and she was the only one that was fighting for it, but she made it work. So it was really awesome. So qualifying yourself, telling your story of why you are getting behind whatever it is that you're selling, okay? Now, 3, doing like a stack of everything that you get in the funnel. What do you get in it, right? Like for one of my, like in my low ticket millions, I teach, there's a training, and then I show everybody how to, there's an AI script that I have that will actually write your offers for you. And then I actually give you the option to buy the funnel from me, where I actually give you the actual funnel built entirely for you. And all you have to do is drag and drop images. Like we're going to stack everything that you get in the funnel. Okay. So it's like, hey, you get this and you get this, and the little like graphics of different things that you get. So you're going to get all these different things here, right? So then 4, we want to do like some sort of a guarantee, okay? And the guarantee or like some sort of risk reversal, right? It could be something as simple as, hey, you have a 30-day money back guarantee. Hey, you have a 7-day money back guarantee. Or hey, I've seen some people put like, if you do all the work and you can prove that you've done all the work and you still didn't get the result, we give you the money back. Everybody has some sort of guarantee. I have a joke on one of mine on, I think it's makefunnyads.com if I'm not mistaken. Because I teach people how to make funny ads, and I'm like, hey, if your ads still suck after you go through this course, let me know and I'll give you a refund, right? So something like that, like having some sort of risk reversal can increase conversion. Some people don't like to do that, so it's really up to you, but I'm just letting you know what I've done, and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm like, there's no refund policy. It just depends on how I'm feeling about the product, okay? Next is frequently asked questions. This is where I'll answer questions, like my funny ads writer tool. At the bottom of the page, I'll put, hey, what if I'm not funny? And then I put, don't worry, my AI tool will write it for you. And then question 2, but what if my business is really boring? I only sell insurance. And I'll put, oh, well, everybody's business is actually boring. Have you ever thought about that? Pizza's boring, insurance is boring, lawyers are boring, school books are boring, whatever, everything's boring. Geico is boring, and their whole campaign is funny. You think of Dollar Shave Club, they're razors, they're not funny. And I just kind of, I answer every question. Hey, what if I've never filmed an ad in my life? What if I don't have a fancy camera? Don't worry, you don't need one. Putting all the objections that someone might have and answering those questions. Because what I want someone to, if they decide not to buy, I want them to not have any questions. I want to know that all their questions were answered, they understood the product, and then they just decided they didn't want it, as opposed to, hey, maybe I only put a couple things on there, they were confused by it, and then they didn't buy. That's not what we want. We want a whole page that has like every question that someone could possibly want, answering every objection that maybe they're going through in their mind. Especially if we're running paid traffic, because we're running it to cold traffic. They've never met you. They don't know who you are. So we want to make sure that they can thoroughly understand the product and thoroughly understand what you're selling, so you have the best chances of selling what you're selling, right? Okay, so the last one is, and I don't do it in this order, okay? So I'm just kind of you can put it in different places, but testimonials, case studies, anything like this, right? So anybody that you've worked with, anybody that's gotten results from the stuff that you've done. So that's what we want, okay? So we got our hook. We wanted to qualify yourself or your story. We want to do a stack of everything that's in your funnel. We want to do our guarantee, frequently asked questions, and your testimonials or case studies. Right now, I'm about to show you some examples so you can actually see this in action. All right, here we go. This is my Make Funny Ads tool that I've talked to you guys about. So here I'm talking about how, we're going to go, go viral, make your brand unforgettable, get my automatic funny ads writer tool. And it says, how would you like if I wrote all your funny ads for you forever? And then I go down here, look, my even if statement, write hilarious ads that sell in 60 seconds, right? This again is our hook that we're talking about. And and you don't have to have a funny bone in your body, even if you're not funny, right? We're going through that. So, and then I have my little graphic. This is like my stack that we talked about. This was our other element that we had. And so we're going through here, right? I give a case study here on a $1 billion shave, on Dollar Shave Club, who sold for $1 billion. I talk about how they used funny ads in their campaigns, right? So I'm doing a case study. I'm talking about how, they got 12,000 orders and 27 million views and then they ended up selling for $1 billion. They got all of this free advertising because they used funny ads, just like lots of different things about it that I'm sharing right here. And that's my case study, right? And then here's my stack. So here's my stack of, everything that's in it. And here I'm sharing like the different types of ads that we write. This is an ad that we did for Russell Brunson. Here's an ad that I did for myself. Here's a couple ads that I've done, just for different things. And I have the stack of, hey, these are all the types of ads that we're going to write for you within 60 seconds when you use this tool. Not only that, on here, if you click here, this is actually a demo. So this is actually, because it's a tool that I can do a live demonstration in this video when you watch it. And if you go to Funny Ads Writer tool, you can, funnyadswriter.com. You can actually go check out the demonstration. It's like a really quick demo. I actually need to redo it. Hopefully by the time you click on it, I'll have redone this, but you'll just see that it's not perfect, and we're making thousands of dollars a month off this funnel, and it's just running, and I'm not having to do anything. Here's our testimonials, right? Here's our testimonials that we have that show all of the people that have used it and what people have said about our ads. So I have a few different things, right? Here's a testimonial of what people that have used the tools have said. And then here's what people are saying about the ads. I actually need to update this. Like I'm looking at this now, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like missing some stuff, right? But it's selling. So that's why I'm saying, I'm like, these are 6 elements. You don't have to have all 6 elements. If you do, it's great. I'm going to log off here and I'm actually going to go on and finish adding all the other elements, but it's selling, it's making us money. So here's the stack again. So look, see how I'm kind of talking about, look, we're talking about going away from pain and towards pleasure. Look, no more wasting hours staring at a blank page. You don't have to hire an expensive comedian, create Super Bowl worthy funny ads, all that kind of stuff. And then they get a bonus free live training, how to make any business funny. So I go through the 3 simple steps to add humor to any business. So I also give this training, like we're talking about how we add, more and more stacked stuff. I go on Fiverr, guys, and I just hire someone to make this. So fiverr.com, you can go on there and just hire someone to make a really quick graphic for you. Sometimes they return in like a day. Now here's the frequently asked questions. Look, who is a funny ads writer for? What if my business is boring or serious? Do I need to be tech savvy? Like here's the questions that most people ask me, right? So I'm putting all that in there. And so like these have, I think 4 of the 6 elements here. I'm actually going to go in here and probably add the rest, but I launched it and I did it really fast. And then we launched it, we put it out there and it's been making us money. It's awesome, right? So that's one funnel that I have that has, many of those elements. I'm about to show you another one that I have. This is probably, gosh, everyone should go through this. It is absolutely the most magnificent thing that I've ever done in my business was to build this type of funnel. I teach people, so I built a low ticket funnel teaching people how I've launched low ticket funnels, which have built me massive email lists of tens of thousands of buyers that have also generated me millions of dollars in sales from low ticket funnels, which I then sold high ticket offers to. I know that's a lot, but just know that whatever this is, it's freaking amazing. And it's how I've been able to accumulate millions and tens of millions of views online profitably by selling them into low ticket offers. So anyways, in this funnel, I sell that process. It's where I show you how to launch low ticket funnels that bring in money for you all the time. And so let's start here, right? We talked about a headline. Hey, this is how I launched multiple 7-figure funnels while bringing in highly qualified leads 24 hours of the day, even as a busy mom. There's my even if statement. And I put here, I have a fun launch video. And that's the other thing too, I guess, that I just didn't mention. Like having a good video here is great. Some people really suck at making videos. If you suck at making videos, don't put a video there because you might talk someone out of buying something from you. So don't do that. But if you put some time into it, having a great video, and I'll make a tutorial for how to create a great VSL video or landing page video for a different one. But right now we have our headlines here, right? And I go into my story. This is where I qualify myself. This is how I talk about when I lived on a farm with no Wi-Fi, and I actually put a picture of my son. Like I was raising a baby by myself as a single mom, had no Wi-Fi, but this is how I still made millions of dollars in sales online, which is crazy, right? I created this system that would bring in traffic and then my funnels would sell and deliver for me. Right? I was doing no webinars, no challenges, no lives, no organic posting because I couldn't, because I was living on a farm in the middle of nowhere with no Wi-Fi, right? Surrounded by farmland. It wasn't like a farm, but it was surrounded by farmland, pecan orchards and dairy farms and all that kind of stuff. So I talk about my stories. So we qualify ourselves. So here's one of our elements. And I show myself kind of as a case study, right? But then I also show other case studies here. So I have a case study of a cologne brand that I negotiated 50% sales on, which was awesome. So instead of charging them to build them a funnel, I just said I want 50% of all the profits, which was great for them because they took no risk. I took all the risk, but I believed, I knew how to make funnels and I knew that it was going to sell. And it was great because we've made millions of dollars in there, and that I would have been paid maybe $20,000 to build that funnel. But instead, I made a lot more than that. So, all right. And then I also, a lot of my business, I promote like lifestyle because I'm a single mom. I don't miss my, I'm still been able to make millions of dollars while never missing my son's, jujitsu or soccer practice. I homeschooled him for entire kindergarten right now. He's about to turn 6. I've homeschooled him for the whole year. So I focus on that. For you, what is your, what's your angle? For everybody, that's something different, but I'm always talking about all the cool things that I'm doing. So I'm always talking about the pain that I'm, pulling people out of that we talked about. Like, hey, I couldn't do webinars. I couldn't do paid ads. So whenever I'm saying that, it's also translating to the person that's looking at this going, oh man, I don't want to do webinars. I can't do paid ads. Maybe this would work for me. And I talk about how I was able to sell $19 books, make millions of dollars while building this email list full of buyers. And then I was able to sell them. Like right here, I talk about how I launched a $400,000 event It was a 3-day event. That's it. That was the delivery. There wasn't like, oh, I did $400,000 in sales and now I have a year to deliver everything they bought. It was not that. I sold $400,000 for a 3-day event and it was done. And it was all through this, right? So I talk about how I did that because for me, I'm always looking at ease because I am a single mom. I do not have a lot of time to deliver stuff, right? Okay, so I go through here. I go through the stack. Here's the stack. Like, here's everything that you get. You get the cash flow automation toolkit, the low ticket treasure chest. This is how I show people all the offers. You know, I know that their objections are going to be, but I don't know what to sell. Okay, cool. Here's stuff you could sell. And here's the prompts that you put into ChatGPT that'll give you ideas for what to sell based on your niche, based on your skills, based on what you're good at. Right, so low ticket treasure chest, what do I sell guide, step-by-step guide to launching your automated system. I'm all about systems and processes. How do I like keep my hands off of delivery? And also I don't even like teams. I don't like working with people. Okay, I have one employee. So how do I use software to deliver everything? How do I like just keep touch points off? I don't want to deal with team members. I don't want to deal with people. I'm not real social. I just want to sell stuff that changes people's lives and makes me money, right? We got easy to use worksheets, $1 million low ticket funnel design, so they get the whole design. And then they get a bonus training, and that's where I cover how I generated $400,000 in a weekend. So you can go to lowticketmillions.com and check that out, right? Which is awesome. And then there's our graphic that I talk about, right? That's our bundle, our stack here. And then down here I have my guarantee that we talked about. See, are you seeing these things? Like I'm giving you guys the 6 elements, and then I'm showing you how I've actually used them. Again, I don't always have all 6, but actually I'm looking at this now and I'm like, oh my gosh, why have we not put testimonials on this? Sometimes I just forget, right? But what's great is you're actually witnessing, hey, these have brought in a lot of sales and a lot of money. Regardless, if you guys could see the first funnels, I should probably pull them up. They're so ugly. And we've done millions of dollars from them as well. Like when I first started out, they're way ugly. These are actually nice because I've been in business for a long time. I know how to make funnels. Back in the day, I had no idea what to do and still made millions of dollars selling, stuff online for $19. Here's my frequently asked questions section, right? Here we go. And guys, go to lowticketmillions.com. Check this out. You can see it in person. Probably by the time you click on it, I'll have added the testimonials and everything to it. And of course the order page. So everything's on here. As you can see, like I'm just walking you through how I've actually applied the 6 elements to different funnels here. All right, so what I want to do right now is I want to review the 6 elements one more time just so that you got it, so you can see what they are. And don't forget, guys, to make it. You got to make the funnel. I can show you all the things all day, but you don't make the funnel, you don't make the offers, you can never, like if you don't shoot your shot, you can't make the goal, okay? At the end of the day, doesn't matter how many times you miss, if you can make one goal, that could be like the winner that makes you tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars. Like it's crazy, right? So here's the 6 elements. We got our hook and our headline. We want to qualify yourself, tell your story. You want to do your stack, all the cool things that you're going to include in when they buy. It's nice to include more than just one thing, right? They get all these bonuses. The guarantee or risk reversal, the frequently asked questions, and then the testimonials, or case studies. So those are 6 great elements. Guys, there's other things that we can include, but I just wanted to keep this simple. And I might even dive more into these things in other tutorials. But for now, that's the general overview of 6 amazing things that you can include on your funnels or your websites to make an irresistible offer and make people go, oh my God, I want to buy what they're selling. All right, I'm Kristine Mirelle. That was 6 elements of things that I usually include on my funnels and websites so that I can create. I've generated millions of dollars online through funnels. So I'm just sharing with you what has worked for me. This is not me watching someone else's tutorial and be like, hey, you should do this. I've actually made millions of dollars doing this. So as I share these things, trust someone that's actually done it and go freaking do it because it works. Okay. I'm going to put the links down below of the funnels that I used as examples, lowticketmillions.com, funnyadswriter.com, and I'll include some other trainings and some other things that you can check out. So if you found this useful, like and subscribe, because I'm always posting cool stuff to help you as an online entrepreneur launch online. I started out as a single mom with no money, no list. I was pregnant. I was living in a garage. And in just 5 years, I became a multi-millionaire. And actually, after only 18 months, I made my first $1 million online. So as I share these things with you, I started from absolutely nothing. So if you're someone that's starting from nothing and you don't see a way through, I am here to try and show you a way through. And I'm proof that it can happen. All right, I'm Kristine Mirelle, and I can't wait to see you on the next one. All right, bye.